Ladies and gentlemen, here we are at Luestro Combat Academy with none other than Quillan Salkilld taking on Anshul Jubly, UFC 312. Now, mate, how does it feel, first of all, to be the most hated man in India?
Feels good, man, but there's a lot of love come my way, you know. There's
From India?
From India, yeah.
No, really?
There is, yeah. About 50% of my comments and my messages that I get from Indian MMA fans are good and bad. But the bad ones are probably more noticeable, more funny, because the English is kind of broken. So when they talk shit, it's pretty funny, actually.
What do they say?
Oh, man. I had one that was pretty funny. He messaged me something in like Hindi, and I didn't know what it meant. And I asked him, I was like, what does that mean? And then he replied back in English saying, oh, it means, you know, good luck for your fight, you know, in Sydney. And then I actually searched up what it actually meant. Yeah. And it pretty much just meant that, yeah, you know, you're going to get fucked. And I'm just like, fucking nice one, mate. That was a nice one. That was the highlight. That was pretty funny, actually.
Are you gonna like learn some Hindi to say after the fight? Or talk shit in Indian?
Oh, man, might be too hard.
Do you have any, though?
No.
Have you not learned even from the comments?
No. Instagram translation, the translate button, that helps a lot.
Is it weird to kind of like be taking on what kind of feels like a whole country? Because it was happening before with your teammate too, with Cody Haddon, with, you know, his opponent from Spain and obviously Georgian, and it's like the whole country gets behind him and almost starts to hate you. You said there was love as well, but did you notice the sort of, oh man, there's going to be a lot of eyes on this fight? Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, you know, what's the population? 1.5 billion in India. Yeah, so you know it's going to be a lot of eyes, and especially the Australia versus India. You know you know what you call it.
Oh, you're taking this cricket?
Yeah. Yeah, it's very competitive. You know, the two countries.
You're make a cricket reference in MMA.
Yeah, exactly. Oz versus India in cricket's now moved to MMA, so here we go.
Do you feel like you're going to be solely responsible? Because if he wins and goes on a tear, like probably MMA might be even bigger in India, but you might crush the entire sport, and there might be like your fault.
Oops. Yeah.
Speaking of oops, can you? I don't want to put you on the spot, especially because Jasmine's not in the room, so she can't. Your manager, so she can't stab me. But there's a lot of word going around that your teammate Cody Haddon out. Can you confirm or deny that he is in fact injured?
No comment, mate. No fucking comment. You know? Jazz.
Don't even just no. Don't even just no comment. Just no fucking comment with the
comment, mate.
That was some intense eyes. I just felt then too. Mate, talking of Anshul Jubly, do you know much about him at all? And are you a guy that goes, well, I'm gonna go check out his fights and study him at all?
Yeah, I'm watching his fights. You know, mainly his most recent ones, like the Road to UFC and his UFC debut. Just getting an idea of what he likes to throw and his style. You know, I've picked up like a few things which I'd like to say like capitalise on in the fight. So yeah, definitely like to study my opponents. Not just like his skill set, but mainly his physicality and his mindset going in like in between rounds. Like see if he picks up in any places or if he starts to, you know, slow down and hinder at any point.
Now, your head coach, Romel Luestro, normally does a lot of sort of the watching of the tape. If anything, people have talked before that he has just fights 24/7 on in his house. But do you join him in that, or do you wait for him to just kind of almost provide you with a report?
No, actually, yesterday I went over to his and we like watched some tape together. So I like to, you know, join him and we like back and forth on what we think and, you know, kind of come up with like kind of like a generalized game plan-ish in a way. Not really like, too much or too specific, just like, you know, little points.
Do you watch it like really analytically, or are you like, this can't shit?
Nah, I watch it analytically. Bit of both.
And where is this can't shit?
Actually, he's not shit anywhere, you know. I just think he fades as the fight goes on. So he usually starts off really strong, very technical on the feet. He throws some nice stuff, good like kickboxing base, and even his grappling's like not too bad. I just think he fades as the, after round one, it's just a slow decline where I tend to pick things up.
Is it hard to, because I feel like you don't, I mean, maybe you disagree here, but I feel like you don't have a defining, so like a Jack Della, right? We know he's coming out striking, he's looking to knock someone out, right? He might go to the grapple, but we kind of know what he wants to do. You kind of just have, it's almost like you wait to see what they bring. Is that, like, do you have a plan going in, or do you honestly kind of see where they want to take it?
Yeah, I don't even know what I'm going to do. Like, I just go in there and just, fight and compete, like.
Do you have game plans going in?
No, just wing it.
Honestly?
Yeah, just wing it. Like,
really?
Yeah, how are they supposed to know what you're going to do if you don't even know what you're going to do? So,
That's
perfect game plan. They can't predict anything because you don't know what you're even going to do. So
that actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
That's weirdly poetic. How, don't let the ops know, how are they supposed to know, like, so you don't know? Yeah.
I'm meant to know myself best, but if I don't even know what I'm going to do, what are they going to do? They don't know. They have to wing it as well.
That's fair. That's fair. What would you rather do? Would you rather have a little strike and knockout, like, or do you like the sort of grappling, strangle someone?
Oh, I like that. The grappling's just so fun. Like, but saying that, so is the striking. Like, mainly when it's like a bit back and forth. Sometimes. Even in this answer,
it's exactly the same.
I don't even know. Shit. I just like fucking everything, man. Like, but nah, knockout is probably the best. It is the best feeling.
Yeah. And, I mean, I say that because I've been on the other end of them. But the guy looks like he's having a fun time. When it comes to, like, life now, obviously not officially, a UFC fighter until the debut type thing, and that's all kind of universally agreed upon. But in terms of, like, I don't know, walking to the street, being at the coffee shop, sponsors, people you talk to, like, how has life changed since being signed?
Not an awful lot. Actually, mainly on like Instagram, just get like a little bit more recognition
from girls.
No comment. No comment.
Just Indian girls.
Yeah, Indian girls. Yeah. And dudes actually. So that's actually it's not good. It's not good.
People don't realise is that when you get big in MMA, everyone thinks it's like girls throw themselves.
Yeah, no. I got into this sport for what I'm supposed to be. I was like, girls are going to throw themselves at me. It's just dudes.
They're boyfriends.
I know. It's like. It's annoying, actually.
But that's actually why. The boyfriend goes, hey, girl, hey, like, my missus, come meet my missus. Then you meet her, then you take her.
Oh, man, that's a bit harsh. I wouldn't do that, mate. No, too kind of a soul to do that.
Too kind of a soul. But, life changing, like anything, like, I don't know, I think we've talked about this before, but you don't really run PTs or anything, but do you have you upped any appearance fees or whatnot? Have you made any appearances?
Not mainly appearances, but, a couple seminars, and I actually get recognised, so I can actually, run some PTs, actually, get some numbers. Because obviously, like, back in the day as an amateur, not really noticed. If you advertise that you're running PTs, no one gives a shit. And I got no skills to freaking to pass down to anyone.
Yep.
So now I can actually, pass on some actual decent knowledge, and I got actually some eyes on me, and people actually want to come train with me now.
Do you do the whole, like, this is what I did to get in the UFC? As a UFC fighter, this is what I do. Do you work that into sentences at all anymore?
Nah, not yet. Not yet.
What is when do you, I mean, I know we say we want the belt, but, like, when will you feel, satisfied in your career, or will it not be until you get the belt?
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't know until that happens. Because obviously I've got aspirations now, and things, it does tend to grow. Like, when I first got into the sport, I remember at the time, all I wanted to be is I just wanted to be in the same limelight as like the Jones brothers, Daniel and Luke Jones. Like, watching them and how everyone like speaks about them, I wanted to be in like the same, like the same, whatchamacallit, the same...
That conversation
is the same conversation. I want them to mention me when they mention them. And now it's kind of like built and grown, and when I get to that stage where it's like belts, maybe I want to, who knows where it will lead to and how much further I'd like to go.
And do you feel any pressure? I mean, there's a lot of Australians, 25 Anzacs officially signed by the UFC, and you're one in your debut that gets to fight in this Sydney card. Do you feel like they're pushing you a little bit?
Not necessarily. Like, I feel pressure just to, you know, perform in front of my, you know, home country. But, you know, sometimes it's just, you know, I try not to care too much. I think sometimes it's best just to, like I said, just go and wing it, go have fun. And sometimes that's where the best performance is, and that's when you do best without putting too much, you know, pressure on yourself. Because at the end of the day, none of this really, you know, matters in a way, like to most people other than myself. So, yeah, not too much pressure.
And in terms of everyone in the gym, we talked about, you know, when both you and Cody Haddon, your teammate, came back with contracts, I laughed and said if, like, gym members would increase and prices would increase. Have you seen the numbers at the gym increase?
A little bit, but not an awful lot. Because, yeah, I think just the way the gym is right now, especially now, it's like look at the place. It's freaking falling apart, mate. we need an upgrade.
Yeah, so you need the 50. You need the 50K.
I need the 50 Gs. I need to help upgrade the gym.
So you know how like
put 1% of the earnings to it.
Yeah.
The rest is, you know, go on the casino.
That's like $50.
Yeah, exactly. Chip in, you know, chip in. Everyone's got to chip in.
Have you got your? I feel like you've been working on your media game. I saw you had a cigar and a samurai sword and a kubra. It was wild shit. You've got obviously the signature mustache. Have you got the post-fight interview sort of ready? Like you're gearing up for that?
Oh, I've got a couple cigars ready for Sydney.
Yeah.
Say that, yeah.
Will you pull it out like straight after?
Of course, yeah. I want to smoke one with drinkers. That's the plan afterwards.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if I'll be able to actually smoke inside the venue. If they will allow me, I will.
Do it.
I might sneak it. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Who cares? They'll love it. Yeah.
Well, that's good. Well, I mean, so it's all gearing up as you're heading into Sydney, and like, all jokes aside, what does it feel like to? I mean, it's been a quick career, but it's been a hard career for you. What does it feel like to sort of really get to put it all together and show everyone, or kind of you're on the eve of getting to show everyone kind of what this has meant for you and all the work you've put in?
Yeah, it feels freaking great. Like being able to go and showcase my skills on the biggest platform you can get in front of everyone. This is why I do this. It's like my high, my version of being like an adrenaline junkie. You know, some people like to jump out of planes. I like to compete in front of, you know, loads of people in a crowd, and put on a show and fight. Like, it's just what I love to do. And now I get to do it at the highest of levels. You know, dream come true.
And I want to ask you a question a little bit outside of the sort of situation of where you're at right now, but, you know, someone like Islam Makhachev, you're now in that world. Does a guy like that scare you at all?
Not really, no.
Would you fight him tomorrow?
I would fight him tomorrow, yeah. I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck, yeah. Not likely, but yeah, of course. You know, I'll test my mettle against, you know, anyone in the division, no matter how big or small. I'll freaking, you know, I'll go in there and I'll show up.
And here's something new that I kind of want to do as well is I want you to give a message to yourself. This is your first interview into your first fight, your debut fight in the UFC. I'm going to interview you again a few times before this, but when you retire. And after your very last fight, you put the gloves down in the cage. We'll have another chat. It could be 10, 20, 30 years from now. But what do you kind of want to say to yourself?
Fuck. That's a deep question, man.
It is pretty deep
question. Fucking good shit, Quill. Fucking good work. Good work, mate. Good work.
All right, mate. As we the most poetic guy I know. As we round this out, Anshul Jubly, UFC 312, February 9th in Sydney. How's it go down, Matt?
I think round 2 submission win for me.
That's weirdly specific.
Yeah, that's just how I see the fight going. So we'll see if he can call me freaking Mystic Salkilld at the end of this. We'll see.
Awesome. And type of submission?
It'll be a choke, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
All right, Quillan Salkilld, best of luck. I'll see you in Sydney.
Cheers.
You're the best.